with a defense budget now approaching £90 billion when wider security, intelligence, and nuclear programs are included, and a compact professional force under constant recruitment pressure. Just how powerful is the United Kingdom's military in 2026? Having a military history that once commanded the world's largest empire and ruled the waves for centuries, Britain has proven itself, time and again, to be a pivotal military force. But with declining numbers, budget constraints, and the need to project power far beyond its island shores, how does this former superpower continue to punch above its weight, especially while managing security commitments from the Arctic to the Indo-Pacific with forces smaller than at any point in modern history? Join us as we delve into the remarkable technological sophistication and strategic influence of His Majesty's Armed Forces. Over the past decade, Britain has been fundamentally restructuring its military through the Integrated Review and its follow-on Strategic Defense Review, investing heavily in cyber capabilities, autonomous systems, and maritime dominance to overcome the realities of being a medium-sized power with global ambitions. This transformation has been driven by necessity, a necessity to remain relevant in an era of great power competition while maintaining special relationships and protecting trade routes vital to an island nation. Not only in conventional warfare, but also in the gray zone conflicts where hostile states probe British resolve without crossing the threshold of war, the 2021 Integrated Review marked a critical inflection point as it shifted focus from continental commitments to global engagement. The goal was explicit: to build a more agile, technologically advanced force capable of operating independently or leading coalitions from the Euro-Atlantic to the Indo-Pacific, while maintaining the nuclear deterrent that has guaranteed British sovereignty since 1952. This included establishing one of the world's most offensive cyber forces outside the United States, raising the cap on nuclear warheads toward 260 for the first time since the Cold War, investing over £6.6 billion in research and development, and creating a military doctrine emphasizing a simple reality: quality must overmatch quantity. The results have been game-changing. Britain has commissioned 2 Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers, the largest warships ever built for the Royal Navy at 65,000 tons each. The Type 26 frigate program promises one of the world's most advanced anti-submarine warfare platforms, while the parallel Type 31 program delivers flexible general-purpose frigates already attracting export orders from allies. The Ajax armored vehicle family is progressing through trials toward frontline service, revolutionizing reconnaissance with a digital backbone and sensor fusion once reserved for combat aircraft. Most significantly, British Special Forces have conducted operations in dozens of countries, achieving strategic effects that larger militaries couldn't replicate. The integration of AI through the Defense AI Center has transformed intelligence gathering, while the National Cyber Force moves from a largely defensive posture to preemptive, offensive operations across the electromagnetic spectrum. Major technological breakthroughs are now reaching operational maturity. The Challenger 3 main battle tank, derived from an upgraded fleet of 148 vehicles, is entering advanced mobility and live fire trials, emerging as the most capable tank Britain has ever fielded. Britain is steadily building a powerful 5th-generation fighter force based on the F-35 Lightning, operating from both land bases and the decks of its carriers. And the Sky Sabre air defense system can control the flight of 2-4 missiles in order to engage 24 separate targets at once, protecting forces from cruise missiles, drones, and precision air threats with a level of accuracy likened to hitting a tennis ball-sized object at the speed of sound. But Britain's military prowess isn't just about hardware. The country has developed one of the world's most sophisticated intelligence apparatuses, with GCHQ processing vast streams of data every day and sitting at the core of the Five Eyes Alliance. The National Cyber Force's classified budget enables operations that can disrupt or paralyze adversary infrastructure before conflicts even begin, now increasingly integrated with electronic warfare and information operations under emerging cyber and electromagnetic concepts. These modernization efforts have been supported by Britain's concentrated defense industrial base, with companies like BAE Systems, Rolls-Royce, Leonardo UK, MBDA, and Babcock not only equipping British forces, but also generating more than £20 billion in defense exports in 2025 alone, the highest level since records began in the 1980s, strengthening alliances while maintaining technological sovereignty. Britain's military is widely regarded as Europe's most capable expeditionary force, with battle-tested professionals, global reach within days, and capabilities that few nations can match pound for pound. Fast forward to 2026, and the British military stands as a compact but lethal force, a real-world strength of around 137,000 regular personnel across the three services. Well below historic targets but stabilizing under new plans, though still wrestling with recruitment challenges of the modern era. Approximately 32,000 volunteer reservists stand ready for rapid mobilization and a defense budget that, while dwarfed by superpowers, delivers outsized influence. In fiscal year 2025-26, Britain's core military budget reached roughly £62 billion, putting the country on a path to spend 2.5% of GDP on defense from 2027, with an ambition to reach 3% later in the decade. But when including intelligence services and nuclear weapons maintenance under updated NATO metrics, total security and defense-related spending pushes toward £90 billion annually. This represents smart investment prioritizing capability over capacity, and with cross-party consensus hardening around increased defense spending, Britain maintains technological edges that compensate for smaller numbers. The all-volunteer force creates elite professionals, where every soldier, sailor, and airman represents years of investment and expertise. The British Army consists of approximately 74,000 regular personnel, organized into formations that have shaped history, with the latest Strategic Defense Review aiming to halt further reductions and rebuild to around 76,000. Through the Future Soldier Transformation Program, the 16 Air Assault Brigade remains ready to deploy anywhere within hours as the nation's rapid reaction force. The 3rd United Kingdom Division stands as NATO's premier warfighting division, with more combat power than many national armies, and the legendary Parachute Regiment, whose Maroon Berets inspire fear in enemies worldwide, the original airborne elite who wrote the book Others Follow. Key equipment includes 148 Challenger 3 main battle tanks, upgraded from the Challenger 2 fleet with Rheinmetall's L55A1 smoothbore gun achieving first-round kills at extended ranges in trials, trophy active protection systems defeating incoming anti-tank missiles, and a new digital architecture making them among the most connected tanks ever fielded. The Army fields thousands of armored vehicles in total when including protected mobility platforms, transitioning from warrior infantry fighting vehicles toward Boxer mechanized infantry vehicles with modular mission pods, hundreds of which are on order and now entering UK production. Artillery is being revolutionized, with legacy AS-90 howitzers giving way to new wheeled platforms such as Archer, upgraded M270 MLRS systems, proven in Ukraine, and Sabre batteries providing an air defense umbrella that makes British forces extremely hard to strike from the air. Britain's special operations capabilities represent the gold standard globally. The Special Air Service, which selects its operators from already elite forces, conducts missions so sensitive their locations remain permanently classified. The Special Boat Service are maritime counterterrorism masters who inspired naval special forces worldwide. The Special Reconnaissance Regiment provides deep surveillance in denied areas. The Special Forces Support Group delivers overwhelming firepower when stealth alone is not enough. And 77th Brigade, Britain's information warfare specialists, shapes the cognitive domain. Together, these highly selective units, numbering only a few thousand operators, have accumulated more varied experience than almost any comparable force, equipped with capabilities so advanced that many appear in official documents only as cryptic budget lines, keeping them generations ahead of many adversaries. The Royal Navy operates as Europe's most capable blue water force, with around 37,000 Royal Navy and Royal Marines personnel manning a fleet of some 60-plus commissioned ships and submarines as of late 2025. British naval power projects far beyond territorial waters, 2 Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers, each displacing 65,000 tons, projecting more air power than most nations' entire air forces. These carriers, proven through Indo-Pacific deployments, feature ski jumps launching F-35Bs in rapid succession, automated weapon handling systems cutting crew demand by around 40%, and power generation sized from the outset to support future directed energy weapons. The submarine service remains Britain's ace in the hole, with 7 Astute-class attack submarines planned and 6 already in service by 2025, prowling beneath the waves, each quieter than the ocean itself, capable of launching Tomahawk strikes, inserting special forces, or hunting enemy vessels with spearfish torpedoes that can break targets in half. 4 Vanguard-class ballistic missile submarines guarantee nuclear deterrence, with one always at sea, location unknown, finger on the trigger of civilization-ending firepower. Surface combatants include 6 Type 45 destroyers, with Sea Viper systems now being upgraded under the Sea Viper Evolution program to counter advanced and ballistic threats. A shrinking but still vital line of aging Type 23 frigates, providing global presence as they retire, and new Type 26 and Type 31 frigates entering production to rebuild frigate numbers later in the decade. 2 Albion-class amphibious assault ships can deliver Royal Marines anywhere within 72 hours. Supporting this fleet, the Royal Fleet Auxiliary's civilian manned vessels provide the fuel, ammunition, and supplies that enable true global reach. Without them, the carriers are coastal defenders. The Royal Marines, with around 7,000 commandos, remain one of the world's premier maritime light infantry forces. From the Falklands to Afghanistan, Royal Marines have defined amphibious excellence, equipped with Viking all-terrain vehicles, Merlin helicopters for ship-to-shore movement, and the same cutting-edge weapons as special forces. Marines specialize in Arctic warfare, where others literally freeze. In the skies, the Royal Air Force commands European air superiority, with roughly 33,000 airmen operating a modern fleet of more than 450 aircraft across all roles. 137 Typhoon FGR-4S provide formidable air-to-air capability, with pilots at red flag exercises achieving exceptional kill ratios against fourth-generation opponents. The UK is now on track to field a fleet of around 74-75 F-35 Lightning aircraft by the early 2030s, a mix of F-35B jump jets for carrier and land operations, and a smaller number of F-35. As for the NATO nuclear mission, with 41 aircraft already delivered and in various stages of testing and frontline service, legacy capabilities, such as the Tornado GR-4, have finally retired after 4 decades of operations, their deep strike mission absorbed by Typhoon and F-35. Strategic enablers ensure global reach. 9 P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft secure the GCHQ gap against Russian submarines. 8 C-17 Globemasters deliver anything anywhere. 22. A 400M Atlas turboprops operate from unprepared strips, and 14 Voyager tanker transports extend range indefinitely while doubling as strategic and VIP transports. Intelligence assets multiply effectiveness, from RC-135W Rivet joint aircraft vacuuming electronic intelligence to Protector RG-Mk1 drones providing persistent armed surveillance with AI-assisted targeting. Strategic Command operates Britain's ultimate insurance policy. 4 Vanguard-class submarines, each carrying up to 16 Trident 2D, 5 missiles with thermonuclear warheads, have ensured continuous at-sea deterrence since April 1969 without missing a single day. The UK is now moving toward a stockpile ceiling of up to 260 warheads by 2030, reversing decades of reductions in response to a deteriorating global security environment. The replacement Dreadnought class promises deterrence into the 2060s with common missile compartments shared with America and the new Astrea warhead program, ensuring the nuclear partnership remains unbreakable. But where Britain truly excels is through its asymmetric advantages. Government Communications Headquarters operates from Cheltenham with capabilities tracing back to Bletchley Park's code breakers. These digital warriors have demonstrated the ability to expose hostile intelligence operations and protect critical infrastructure, winning battles through keyboards rather than kinetics. The National Cyber Force combines offensive capabilities across military and intelligence communities, conducting cyber operations whose details remain classified, but whose effects ripple globally. Five Eyes intelligence sharing with America, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand multiplies collection and analysis capabilities beyond any formal alliance, turning British insights into alliance-wide power. Complementing these capabilities is Britain's focused defense industrial base, the arsenal of innovation producing capabilities for the democratic world. BAE Systems. Revenues have surged to around £30.7 billion in 2025, cementing its place as Europe's largest defense contractor. Building everything from nuclear submarines to Tempest-class future fighters, Rolls-Royce powers every British nuclear submarine with reactors lasting the boat's lifetime. Leonardo UK provides helicopters and electronics to allies worldwide. MBDA's missiles protect European skies, while Babcock maintains the fleet and builds Type 31 frigates. This ecosystem generated more than £20 billion in exports during 2025, equipping partners while sustaining British technological sovereignty. Research and development spending, now bolstered by Strategic Defence Review funding, exceeds earlier £6 billion baselines each year, driving new generations of precision munitions, high-energy lasers, and quantum-resistant communications. This industrial capability enables a logistics network leveraging history. Gibraltar controls Mediterranean access. Cyprus provides Middle Eastern reach. Diego Garcia projects into the Indian Ocean. The Falklands secure South Atlantic passages, and those 145 British military facilities worldwide are not just remnants of empire. They're strategic positions, enabling global operations from permanent bases rather than expeditionary logistics. International partnerships multiply British power exponentially. NATO's nuclear and command structures include British officers in key positions. The special relationship with America includes everything from F-35 development to Trident missiles, capabilities no other ally receives. AUKUS promises nuclear submarine technology to Australia while advancing hypersonic weapons, quantum technologies, and AI-enabled autonomous systems. The Joint Expeditionary Force links 9 northern European nations under British leadership. 5 power defense arrangements secure Southeast Asian partnerships. And Commonwealth connections, 54 nations sharing military traditions provide access and influence China cannot buy. Looking ahead, Britain confronts evolving challenges demanding painful choices. Recruitment crises see the army at just over 73,000 regulars, its smallest since the Napoleonic era, well below earlier ambitions for a 148,000-strong total force across all services. Even as new policy now aims for a leaner but better equipped 76,000-soldier army, the Royal Navy cannot crew all its ships simultaneously. Shipbuilding delays push Type 26 and Type 31 frigates behind initial hopes while costs climb, and frigate numbers have temporarily fallen to just 7 in service as of early 2026. Ammunition stockpiles depleted, supporting Ukraine require billions of pounds just to restore minimum levels. The pound's fluctuations against the dollar make imported equipment devastatingly expensive. Scottish independence movements threaten Fastlane, home to the nuclear deterrent, and maintaining relevance between American mass and European integration. These strategic choices grow harder annually. To maintain superiority, Britain relentlessly pursues asymmetric advantages. The Tempest program, now the Global Combat Air Program with Italy and Japan, develops 6th-generation fighters with swarming drones and advanced sensors, leapfrogging 5th-generation capabilities and aiming for a flying demonstrator by 2027. DragonFire directed energy weapons, backed by a £316 million naval contract, promise ultra-low-cost infinite ammunition against drones and missiles from 2027 onward, replacing expensive interceptors with beams of light. The National Cyber Force expands towards several thousand operators by 2030, while new cyber and electromagnetic structures fuse cyber, electronic warfare, and information operations into a single digital battlespace arm. Quantum computing research at Porton Down and other labs is set to revolutionize encryption and code breaking. Space Command launches sovereign satellite constellations, ensuring communications independence and resilient surveillance from orbit, often in lockstep with allied space operations. And the AUKUS partnership unlocks American technology while preserving British innovation. However, real constraints temper ambitions, a national debt heading toward £3 trillion and close to 100% of GDP limits spending growth despite political promises. Brexit complications still delay some joint European programs while increasing costs. Shipyard capacity struggles to maintain current fleet sizes, much less expand them. Recruitment shortfalls leave tens of thousands of empty positions across all services. Critical dependencies remain. F-35 maintenance still leans heavily on American contractors. Trident missiles come from Kings Bay, Georgia, and balancing global ambitions against regional realities. These trade-offs define British strategy. Despite these challenges, Britain has created a military architecture maximizing limited resources through technology, partnerships, and strategic positioning. With 145 overseas facilities enabling persistent presence, power projection capabilities reaching globally within days, and technological advantages ensuring qualitative superiority. The synthesis of regular, reserve, and civilian components creates an integrated force that punches far above its numerical weight. In conclusion, The United Kingdom's military in 2026 represents a remarkable fusion of heritage and innovation. Through focused core investments now exceeding £60 billion and total security spending approaching £90 billion when fully accounted, world-leading technologies from cyber to carriers and unmatched intelligence networks, Britain maintains disproportionate influence despite smaller forces. Its battle-tested professionals, protected by independent nuclear deterrence and amplified through special relationships, stand ready to defend interests from the high north to the South China Sea. The seamless integration of special operations, technological innovation, and allied contributions creates asymmetric advantages, allowing one medium-sized nation to remain globally relevant. As great power competition intensifies, Britain's military evolves through selective modernization, operational experience, and the fundamental understanding that influence isn't just about size. So the next time you think of British military power, remember, there's more to these forces than tradition and ceremony. There's a military that has transformed from imperial colossus to networked enabler, proving that strategic creativity, technological edge, and centuries of experience can preserve influence in an uncertain world where projection remains sovereignty's price.